one question is fixed from this portion. Please remember, one question is compulsory fixed in this portion, because see, I know many questions from this part are appeared in my previous exams. So please do give concentration and prepare it as twice, thrice, and all. Okay. So let us start. The atmosphere. What is atmosphere? See, as you know, in the universe, Earth is having a specific atmosphere. So Earth is the only planet which is having the specific atmosphere. So not many other planets are not having that kind of atmosphere what Earth is having. In our Earth, especially if you see, Earth contains oxygens, Earth contain oxygen, and which is very important constituent for human beings for the breathing purpose. See, without oxygen we cannot live, right? So Earth is the only planet where we have oxygen and water, okay, which is the basic need for all the living organisms. So next, if you go, plants take carbon dioxide. As you people know, plants prepare their own food. They take carbon dioxide and they give what? They liberate or they give oxygen. See, we people, what we do, we take oxygen and we give carbon dioxide out. So plant do exactly opposite of us. What plant do? Plants will take carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the main food for the plant. So carbon dioxide is taken by the plant and they will use it for the photosynthesis purpose. So for the photosynthesis purpose, they use carbon dioxide and they give oxygen for us, which is very important for our breathing and for the respiration purpose. So next, if we go, there is an ozone layer in the atmosphere that protects us from ultraviolet rays coming from the sun. As you people know, our earth our earth is like this. If it is our earth, around our earth there is a protection of ozone layer which is acting like a blanket for us, the harmful radiations which are coming from the sun, those are UV light, okay, UV radiations which are coming from the sun will be directly absorbed by this ozone layer, okay, and these all UV rays cannot fall directly on the earth. Their power or their energy is completely absorbed by the ozone. What is the formula for ozone? Ozone is nothing but O3, oxygen O2, okay, oxygen is O2, ozone is O3. If it is O3, you should understand it is ozone. So next, if we go, in our atmosphere we also have, in our atmosphere there is some gases are present. See, in our atmosphere nitrogen is present. First is nitrogen, then oxygen, then ozone, and some gases, some important gases are like CO2 is there, CO2, nitrogen, argon, krypton. These all are rare gases, okay, but nitrogen is very important, carbon dioxide is important, oxygen is important, and also ozone layer is important, which are extensively present in our environment or in our atmosphere. These are present in surrounding our earth is called atmosphere. The gases which are present around the earth, the gas layer which is present around the earth is nothing but our atmosphere. Please remember this. So next, the components of atmosphere. What all the components does this atmosphere is having? Atmosphere have 78% of nitrogen, okay, the largest constituent of our atmosphere is nitrogen, which is 78%. Oxygen is 21%, argon is 0.93, which is noble gas. You people have studied, I think, noble gas or rare gases in your classes in periodic table. So why they are called rare gases? Because they are very less in constituent. And if you see carbon dioxide, it is around 0.03%, but it is also very high. We have to reduce this carbon dioxide to reduce the greenhouse effect. 0.03 is carbon dioxide, and neon is 0.001, which is also the noble gas, which is also the rare gas, which is also also called as zero group elements. Okay, 78% of nitrogen, please remember, it is very important, roughly you remember. Okay, don't bahat. Just the highest constituent of our atmosphere is nitrogen, which is 78%, then oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, neon. Okay, this much if you remember, it's okay. So next is water vapor is also there in our atmosphere. Some dust particles are also there in our atmosphere. Helium is there, ozone is there, krypton is there, xenon is there. See, these all are present in our atmosphere. As you people know, in group 18 elements, you people know, right? Group 18 elements. What are those? Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. These all are called group 18 elements, and these are also called as group 0 elements, and these are also called as rare gases because they are very, they are in our environment in very less quantity. Okay, therefore these are also called as rare gases or rare elements. Okay, next, remaining gases are, see, the nitrogen and oxygens are, they are fixed in our atmosphere. They are permanent constituent. See, you cannot remove nitrogen because nitrogen is 78%. Can you remove 78% of any planet, 78% of its atmosphere? You cannot remove it all, right? So that is what oxygen and nitrogen are fixed. They are permanent constituent of our atmosphere. They are permanent. Nitrogen and oxygen. Remaining gases are variable. See, sometimes CO2 may increase, sometimes CO2 may decrease. If you plant more and more plants in our atmosphere, CO2 automatically decreases. See, in the COVID-19 pandemic, what happens? There were no vehicle movement. There was no vehicle movement. Therefore, CO2 content dropped extensively. So this is because of the reduced use of vehicles. So that is what I am telling. See, 78% of nitrogen and 21% of oxygen they are permanent members of our atmosphere. They are permanent. I cannot remove them from our atmosphere, but carbon dioxide and remaining gases are very much variable. They increase sometime, they decrease sometime. So that those things happen. Okay, the heavier gases are concentrated in lower parts of the atmosphere. If it is our atmosphere, say this is our atmosphere around the earth. See, heavy gases will be at lower portion and lighter gases will be at this top portion. Okay, so the nitrogen gas is important for vegetative growth. Do you know nitrogen fixation in the plants? So some legumes plants are there, leguminous plants. I think you people have studied in biology. So the root modules of some plants will contain rhizobium bacteria, which can fix nitrogen, in the atmosphere. So nitrogen is very important for the growth of plant. Please remember, vegetative growth. Vegetative means it may be any plant, it may be crop, it may be any plant. So in the plant growth, in the growth of the plant, in the vegetative growth of any plant, nitrogen plays very important role. Okay, so the nitrogen gas is also helpful for combustion. If you are combusting anything, combustion means if you are just what is it called in Kannada? If you are ಏನರ ನೀವು ಉರಿ ಹಚ್ಚಲತ್ತೀರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಏನರ ನೀವು ಏನರ ಬರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲತ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ then you need nitrogen very importantly, and also oxygen is also important constituent in combustion. The carbon dioxide gas absorbs half of the sun radiation and the earth. See, sun is very hot star, okay, which is present near very close to our earth. This is our earth means, see, this CO2 which is present in our atmosphere, CO2 which is present in our atmosphere will absorb lots of heat which is coming from the sun. Getting my point? UV rays, harmful radiations will be absorbed by the ozone. Harmful radiation will be absorbed by the ozone, but heat will be absorbed by CO2, that is carbon dioxide. So radiations will be absorbed by whom? It will be absorbed by ozone, and the heat will be absorbed by carbon dioxide, which is very important. And next is CO2 is a major nutrient for the plant. As you people know, CO2 is the major constituent. See, if any plant want to prepare its food, what it needs? It needs carbon dioxide, it needs sunlight, it also needs water, it also needs chlorophyll, chlorophyll. Okay, so these are very important constituent. If there is no CO2, it cannot produce its food. That is, by the help of photosynthesis, it cannot produce its food at all. So if it is not producing food, there is no liberation of oxygen. If there is no liberation of oxygen, where we and you are, we cannot live. So if CO2 is there, means CO2 is consumed by the plants, and these plants will give oxygen, and this cycle continues. Plants are depending on CO2, we are depending on oxygen. Okay, so that is interlinkage between carbon dioxide, plants, and oxygen and humans, so which is very important for us. So next, if you go, that is structure. This is most important. From this, many questions are asked in exam. Please give concentration. Okay, so the atmosphere is divided into 5 layers. Our main atmosphere is divided into 5 layers. I think you people have studied many times in physics as well as in bio and chemistry. So troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, and exosphere. So if this is our earth, first layer will be troposphere. First layer yavudu namdu troposphere, T. Second layer is stratosphere. Third layer is mesosphere. Fourth layer is ionosphere. Fifth layer is exosphere. Exo means last, outside. Exo means outside. So these 5 layers are there. Tropo means the nearest or the first layer, which is the closest layer. Question may directly come, which is the closest layer to the earth in our atmosphere, that is troposphere. Which is the last layer or the outermost layer of the atmosphere, that is exosphere. Okay, innermost layer is tropo, outermost is exo, please remember, and middle one is meso, therefore its name has come as meso. Meso means middle. Okay, there are 2 layers upside and 2 layers downside. So this tropo, strato, they are the first, and this exo and iono are the last. Meso means middle. Understood? So the question may come, which is the third layer, which is the first layer, which is the second layer, which is the third layer, which is the fourth layer, and which is the fifth layer? Please ahead this. This is very, very important. Even this question has come many times. Even I made mistake in this because of lack of concentration, because of lack of negligence. So we cannot tell that the question may come like this only. Okay, so we have to think that question may come from any part, okay, which is easier or it may be tougher one. So don't think that question always comes in the end of tough syllabus. No. So question may come from easy syllabus as well as from the tough syllabus. That is, if it is our earth, this is troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, continues. Okay, next. Let us study each layer one by one. The layers are divided into 2 groups. One is homospheres. Homosphere means, homo means what? Same. Homo means same. So the gases, homosphere, in the homosphere, the composition of gases is almost similar. The composition of gases is almost similar. In our homosphere, there are 3 layers. One is tropo, strato, and meso. These all 3 will come in homosphere. Homo means the composition of gases. See, here 2 molecules are there. Means here will also be 2 molecules, here 2 molecules, here 2 molecules, here 2, here 2. Everywhere 2 molecules of gases will be there. There is no what do you call dissimilarity. There is a similarity between all the layers. Okay, so everywhere the composition of gases is similar or uniform, you can tell. But at the heterosphere consists of iono and exosphere. In this, the composition of gases is not similar. If here there are 2 molecules, means here it may be 100 molecules, it may be 1000 molecules, it may be no molecules at all. So that kind of composition is there, which is called as heterosphere. Okay, so next will be troposphere. So first layer, please remember, homosphere means the composition of gases is almost similar. The heterosphere means the composition of gases is not similar. In heterosphere, only ionosphere and exosphere comes. So let us go to the troposphere. troposphere is nothing but the lowermost layer of the atmosphere. Okay, which is lowermost, means if it is our earth, first layer, lowermost layer is nothing but our troposphere. So what all the constituent it is having, what all the important function it does in our atmosphere, let us see. We live in this layer, please remember, we live where? In the troposphere. So next, if we go, give me 1 minute, something has occurred. Okay, fine. Okay, where we live in troposphere. Please remember the first layer, almost in the first layer we live, right? So that is troposphere we live. Next is the height of the troposphere is around 16 kilometer in the equator. So if you see at the equator side, it is 16 kilometer. But if you see at the what do you call, pole side, it will be 8 kilometer. See, if it is our earth, if this is our earth, this is equator, these are called poles. At the point of equator, the troposphere thickness is 16 kilometer. 16 kilometer, but here it is almost half, 8 kilometer, 8 kilometer thickness I am telling. So if it is a troposphere, if it is the thickness, this is how much thickness it is having, 16 kilometer, where? At the equator. But if you go up and down towards the poles, the thickness will reduce, thickness is very less at the poles. Please remember this point. So this layer accounts for water vapor and particles, dust particles. So e layer ಒಳಗೆ ಏನೇನು ಇರ್ತವ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ there will be a water vapors are there, and also there are some dust particles. So next is, this layer accounts for water vapor as well as dust particles, and this layer also accounts for most of the carbon dioxide. So you should know that water vapor, dust and CO2, they all present in first layer of our earth, that is troposphere. CO2 is most abundantly available in the first sphere, that is troposphere. So troposphere will have the most of the carbon dioxide which is present in our atmosphere overall. Okay, so the most amount of carbon dioxide is present in the troposphere. Please remember this. Water, dust and CO2 are present in troposphere. So next is, the temperature decreases with increase in height. See, if it is our troposphere, say this is our troposphere. Okay, this is our earth. On the earth there is a troposphere. So if I'm moving in the troposphere, if I'm traveling from here to here, say here I have 20 degrees Celsius temperature. So if I move upside, it will become 60 to 70. Just I'm giving an example. Oh, this is not accurate data, this is just an example. So if I move upside, the temperature at this point will be high comparing to this. So if you go upside, you remember that in the troposphere you may face a lot of high temperature when you go from low to up. Okay, in the troposphere, if you are moving in the troposphere from, say our troposphere length is around 16 kilometer. Okay, so here at 1 kilometer the temperature is very less. Okay, if I'm moving at the top, like at the 16 kilometer level, then the temperature will become very high. Please remember this point. The tropopause separates troposphere and stratosphere. So first layer is troposphere, second layer is stratosphere. So there is a tropopause. Tropopause is the layer which is separating this one, tropo and strato. Tropo and strato, middle tropopause, which is separating troposphere and stratosphere. Please remember, these are, if these are new words to you, you have to remember it, you have to bahad this, you have to revise it again and again so that these words will fit in your mind. Okay, so are you following me, Geeta, Anjali? Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let us go to stratosphere. Stratosphere is nothing but, this is the second layer in our atmosphere. Please remember, tropo is the first, Second is our strato. So what it does, the ozone layer is present in this layer. So this is the most important component of stratosphere. Please remember, please behead this now itself so that you will remember it for longer time. See, ozone layer, in which layer of our atmosphere the ozone is present? The direct question, in which layer of our atmosphere the ozone is present? That is present in stratosphere. Please lock it. In the stratosphere, ozone layer is present. See, there is a, please remember this point because this is very, very important. Direct question. So in which layer of our atmosphere ozone layer is present? Strato, ozo, straight, ozo. How we can remember? Oh, strato, tropo, everywhere we have O. Strat. How you can remember? I don't know. I cannot do some, like ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಿರಿ ನೀವು ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ರ ಮಾಡಿ. Okay, strato, ozo. You remember like this. Yes, so if it is like this, then it will be remembering. Okay, next. Ozone layer is present 25 to 30 kilometer above the surface of the earth. Please remember, this is our tropo, which is 16 kilometer. Okay, so from 25 to, from 16 it will start now. From 16, who will start from 16 at this portion to at top? It will start around our what do you call, that is stratosphere. Inside the stratosphere, 25 to 30 kilometer, this 25 and 30 kilometer portion will be covered by ozone, that is O3. So how much thickness it is? 25 to 30 means around 15 kilometer thickness ozone is there. How much? 15 kilometer. Please remember, ozone 25 to 30 kilometer above the surface of the earth. Sorry, it is not like that. If you go away from our earth, 25 into 30 kilometer thana namdu enirturi, namdu ozone present. Okay, next. Ozone layer is present. Yes, this zone is called ozonosphere. Please remember, the sphere or the layer where the ozone starts 25 to 30 kilometer above our earth, this zone is called ozonosphere. Ozonosphere because ozone is present. So inside stratosphere, ozonosphere will come. Please remember, troposphere, what is the constituent? Water, CO2 and dust, right, in tropo. But here in stratosphere, the main constituent is ozone, which is present 25 to 30 kilometer above the surface of earth. Please remember. And this layer or this portion is called ozonosphere, which comes under where? Under the stratosphere. The temperature is very high as this layer absorbs the UV rays. Please remember, this is also very important. As it is absorbing UV rays, so the temperature is very, very high. So as the temperature is very high, air pockets are absent here. There are no air molecules here. There is an absence of water vapor in this layer. If temperature is very high means, is there any chance of water vapor? No, there is no water vapor present in the stratosphere. Please remember, especially where the ozone is present. Say if it is ozone, this is the layer of ozone. As temperature is very high, so water molecule cannot exist and air also cannot exist here. Please remember this. So there is absence of water in this layer as temperature is very high. So the layer is calm and clear. How this layer is? Very calm and very, very clear. So as you see our atmosphere now, stratosphere, troposphere, not that much clear. There are clouds are there. There is a cloud. There are winds are there. There is a dense gas layer is there. So it is not, clear. But if you see stratosphere or the ozone, where the ozone is present, that is very calm and clear. Therefore, the pilots, so plane pilots, what they do, they prefer flying their plane inside this area. Okay, and it gives very better visibility. See, if you are flying the plane, I will explain here. If you are flying the plane, give me 1 minute. Okay, say if you're flying the plane. What is this? I'm not getting pencil. This is pencil. Okay, 1 minute. Pencil. Okay, right. So if I'm telling you this is the stratosphere, okay, stratosphere is like this. Say this is the stratosphere. Take it as strato. This is the sorry. You take this as troposphere, the first one, and above this is stratosphere here. Say here it is a stratosphere. Stratosphere. Inside this stratosphere, the ozonosphere is there. Here it is ozone. Okay, this is ozone. But inside this troposphere, you will observe lots of clouds. Clouds is there, gas is there, dust is there, water vapor is there. Sometimes rains will come, sometimes heavy cloud will come. Okay, so it is not good for pilots to fly their planes. So if pilots want to fly their planes, they don't prefer this troposphere because of the visibility problem. But when they go into stratosphere, especially at the place of ozone, it is very clear and calm. So they prefer this area to fly their plane. Which one? This area to fly their plane. Because if they go upside here, the temperature is very, very high. They prefer which one? This area, especially at this place, they fly their planes because the temperature will also be less here, and also the visibility is very, very clear. There is no cloud, there is no problem of rain, nothing. You may ask me, sir, how can these planes fly that much easily if there is rain, everything, there is lightning is there is thundering is there is sometimes a heavy rain is there, how they can fly? Because they are not flying here. If they fly here, they will get problem. But where they are flying? They are flying in the stratosphere. There is no cloud, there is no raining, there is nothing. It is very clear and calm. Please remember, question may come like, why pilots prefer stratosphere or ozone layer for their flight? Because it is clear and calm. There is no, there is a good visibility. Therefore they prefer stratosphere. Please remember this point. This is very, very important. So next, if I go, see here also temperature variation, how temperature varies. Here also, if you go from top to bottom, temperature increases. Okay, how temperature increases? If you go from top to bottom, the temperature increases. Please remember. So this layer is suitable for high speed jets also. Okay, jet flights, high speed jet flights and all, they prefer that layer only. The temperature increases with increase of height. If I am moving in stratosphere, if it is a stratosphere, here the temperature will be less, here the temperature will be more. Please remember. So this layer is present up to 50 kilometer. So 16 kilometer our what? Tropo. From 16 to 50 kilometer our strato. Inside this strato, 25 to 30 is our ozone. Please remember. So especially the chlorofluorocarbons are responsible for the depletion of ozone layer. This is called ozone hole. Please remember, ozone depletion, I think you people have studied in your lower classes. The chlorofluorocarbon, which is the most important constituent for the depletion of the ozone layer. What is depletion of ozone layer? If it is our ozone layer, there are holes in our ozone layer. If we use too much refrigerator, so, and also if I use fire extinguishers, if I am using perfumes, which are cooling agents, if I'm using AC, perfume, and too much amount of what do you call chlorofluorocarbon containing items, if I'm using, what happens? Our ozone layer will get holes. If this ozone layer is getting hole, means it will lose its capacity to absorb UV rays. So these all UV rays will fall directly on the skin of humans and animals and plants. If they are not falling, if they fall directly on the skin of human may get skin cancer, and even plants will vanish out from our earth. Please remember, if there is no atmosphere on our earth, ನಮ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ ನೀವು, ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒಳಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಅರ್ತ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೂರಾ ಅರ್ತ್ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಹೊಸ ಏನೈತವ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾನಿಶ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್. ಸನ್ಲಿಂದ ಭಾಳ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾವ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಬೇರೆ ನೀವು ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಬಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾಕ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಲಿಮ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಸ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಸೊ who is saving us from the radiation? The ozone. How it is absorbing those harmful radiation, UV radiation especially. ಅವು ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ನಮ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ ನೀವು, ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಆಯ್ತದ, ಇದ್ರ ಬಲ್ ಆ ಯು ವಿ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರ್ತದ ಕಿ ದೇ ಇವನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಅವರ್ DNA. ಅವ್ ನಮ್ DNA ಸುದ್ಕ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಂತ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಕಡೆಂದು ಓಝೋನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರೋಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಓಝೋನ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಡೆಂದು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ದುನಿಯಾದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮೇನೇನ್ ಏನ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅವಲ್ಲ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತಾರ ಓಝೋನ್ ನಾವು ಬಚಾಯಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ನಾವು ಓಝೋನ್ ಬಚಾಯಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯಾನಿಶ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದ, ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯಾನಿಶ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಓಝೋನ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋ ಕಡೆಂದು USA ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಕ್ಯೋಟೋ ಪ್ರೋಟೋಕಾಲ್ ಅಂತ, ಪ್ಯಾರಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಭಾಳ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಗೋಳ್ರಿ ಮತ್ತ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ್ರಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ವೈಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಓಝೋನ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ I think we are running out of time as it is 6:35. So once we will revise it fastly. So tomorrow we will cover out mesosphere, ionosphere, exosphere. Okay, if I cover this much, so we will complete this lecture. If I can complete in 5 minutes, I will complete, but it will be in hurry-burry. So I don't want to complete anything in hurry-burry, which should be very clear and clear cut strategy must be there, so that you will remember, and you will, if you are studying, you will understand everything. So please refer these notes. These are very important Kalyan sir notes. Directly go to geography portion, then take your world geography and start studying atmosphere. So if you want to read these lessons offline also, you can read them. Okay, so what we have studied about atmosphere. Atmosphere will contain 78% of our nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, and neon. So especially our atmosphere is divided into 5 important layers. Okay, so those are called troposphere, stratosphere, and ionosphere. So please remember, this is important. Troposphere, stratosphere, and ionosphere. Tropo is the lowest layer, meso is the middle layer, exo is the outermost layer. Direct questions may come, which is the lowest layer? That is tropo. Second layer is strato. Third is meso. Fourth is iono, exo, last. Exo means last. Okay, homosphere and heterosphere. Homosphere gases composition is similar throughout the layer, and heterosphere the composition of gas is not similar. Please remember, troposphere, the layer where we live, it is up to 16 kilometer. The constituent of this layer is water, CO2, and dust. Second is the most important, that is stratoozono. Please remember this. This is the second layer where ozone layer is present up to 25 to 30 kilometer, which is very important for absorbing all the harmful radiation which are coming from the sun, especially UV rays. Those UV rays, if they fall on our skin directly, we may get skin cancer. So to protect that, so ozone layer is acting like a blanket to our earth, which is protecting us from harmful radiation. Those are also called as solar radiation. And this layer is also this layer is very feasible for the high speed jets and flights. This will give very good, better visibility for the pilots. Therefore they prefer flying their planes in the ozone layer. And this, if we use too much chlorofluorocarbon, which is very important, please remember this, CFC and we karitare chlorofluorocarbon. If I'm using too much chlorofluorocarbon, then we are holding our ozone layer, which is devastating for the human race, which will come forward. So that's all about the today's class. Hope you people have enjoyed the class and you have learned something today new.